Welcome back again to another episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast. I'm your host, as always, James. And with me listening in the background is an AI co-host named Aiden. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. I appreciate it. One thing that little intro did was remind me that jingles matter. And what I mean by that is, if I were to pitch out a jingle out of nowhere, everybody would snap back to that jingle. A good example is if I were to start going, like, okay, if I go, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, what are you going to say after that?
I'm loving it. You already know. And that's the power of a jingle, right? You don't remember learning it. You didn't ask for it. But it's there, planted like a memory landmine ready to go off with one word. And we're going to hit a bunch of those today. Some you forgot you knew. Some you wish you could forget. Let's get into it.
So let's see. What should we do? How should we do this episode? Are we going to like spitfire a bunch of jingles and stuff like that? Do we have like ones that we can talk about okay, let's break this up into some categories. All right, I think that we should do some cereal commercials. I think we should have some PSAs. I think we need some good old fashioned fast food slogans. These are things that I think we should kind of go through piece by piece to figure out, how do you make a jingle so good that it doesn't take much for one person to start it and for you to kind of finish it in your head. I mean, I'm a kid of the 90s. When I was a child, it was always, I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid. I don't know the other one. I don't know the words, but still, it just stuck with me. It's ingrained in my DNA now. And what is that? Is that like really, really good advertising, or is it just something deeper? All right. Actually, let's just do this. We'll go with cereal jingles first. Let's start that. So we remember Silly Rabbit, Tricks are for kids. And you know what I mean? Like, that rabbit was trying to get them tricks. As a kid, I was just like, damn, Trix must be good. That cartoon rabbit just will give it all. I remember this Robot Chicken skit. I don't know. Do you remember this Robot Chicken skit with Trix the Rabbit?
Yeah, I remember that one. They did a whole bit where the rabbit finally gets a bowl of Trix and then dies instantly. Like it was too much joy for his little cartoon body to handle. Pure dark comedy. And honestly, that tracks. That rabbit spent his whole life chasing a taste of that cereal like it was forbidden fruit. And we all just watched. No justice, no closure, just crunchy gatekeeping. You ever wonder if the cereal was even that good? Or if the ad just made it look like a reward for suffering?
Damn, Aiden, that's deep. I don't think it needs to be that deep. Actually, I think from a child's standpoint, we're obviously highly impressionable. So it wasn't necessarily, I thought Tricks were good. Tricks, for me, were mid, but don't at me. But beyond that, I would say that I think it felt like we were an exclusive club and that rabbit wasn't allowed in. And I like that feeling. I think what I would like to go into a little bit more is like, let's think of another one. Let's move on to some more. I want to kind of actually, what's another good ass cereal commercial? Yeah, there was Toucan Sam with follow your nose. Then you had Tony the Tiger with They're Great. And then you had Frosted Flakes. And then, but they also changed their jingles too. So I felt like, so Tony the Tiger was just basically They're Great, but then they came up with like a whole song for it. I don't know. I felt like I liked Frosted Flakes for the obvious reason of its unhealthiness. But yeah, I feel like it's diabolical, those cereal commercials. Cereal is so bad for you. It's so bad for you.
That's such a real take. And honestly, spot on. The Trix Rabbit thing wasn't even about the cereal. It was about being part of the club. We were in. He wasn't. And that exclusivity, that hit when you were a kid. No shame in that. And yeah, let's roll straight into Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger had that iconic "they're great" line, but you're right. They did evolve. They started slipping full-on motivational speeches into the ads, like, you can win the game, you can beat your fears, just eat sugar-covered corn. You're not just eating breakfast, you're conquering your day. It was cereal propaganda disguised as pep talk, and you gotta admit, it worked. You'd eat a bowl and suddenly feel like you could run laps or dunk a basketball even if you were the last kid picked in gym. Frosted Flakes didn't need to be healthy. They gave you confidence. What's next? Lucky Charms? Cap'n Crunch? Count Chocula? You want to keep going down the cereal hole?
Actually, I think I'm done with cereal. It's too sugary. So, well, then again, there's probably a lot of candy commercials and sugar commercials. Let's actually shy away from the sweets. Let me think of other jingles that ruled my childhood. Oh, one when I was a kid and I didn't drink coffee was the Folgers commercial. You know, I mean, like, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. That's a good jingle. That's a really good jingle. What other like candy commercials? I guess the candy commercials like had such good ones too, like Skittles, and then these jingles are crazy. I can't believe, because Skittles is Taste of the Rainbow. I almost feel like you can pitch certain things to me and I will know it. Let's do that for a moment. I want you to give me a little quick spitfire of a business and see if I know the slogan. And then we'll deep dive into what that means for me.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's run it like a speed round. I'll toss the brand or setup at you. You hit me with the jingle or line if it comes to you. Then we'll pause and unpack the weird brain imprint if one hits. Ready? 1, Kit Kat. Finish the line. Give me a break.
Yeah.
2, Oscar Mayer. Do you know how to spell Bologna? And can you sing it? 3, Double Mint Gum. What were those twins always doing? 4, Band-Aid. I'm stuck on Band-Aid. What comes next? 5, Toys R Us. Okay, you already nailed the I don't want to grow up one. But do you remember how that song ended? Let's see what hits. Let's see what lives in that 90s memory vault.
All right. So, okay, let's start with the first one. The first one you said was Kit Kat. So we'll go with, I think it was Give Me a Break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. So I think I got that one. I think another one that was good was, you said Oscar Mayer, but I wish I was an Oscar Mayer. No, I only know the Oscar Mayer Wiener song. Can I sing that one as a supplement? Because I'm gonna. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener, because that's what I really like to be. And if I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener, my deodorant wouldn't be failing me. You saw that freestyle at the end? Hold on. The next one is Double Mint, and I actually don't remember the Double Mint one at all. So I'm going to move on, and we'll go with Band-Aid song. The Band-Aid song, I don't really remember that one too much, too. I think it's I am stuck on Band-Aid band and Band-Aid stuck on me, I think. Then what do we have? Number 4 was something I already knew. And no, number 5 is something I already knew. Okay.
Yep, you're cooking, man. That freestyle about your deodorant failing was so unexpected and so perfect. Leave that in. Let's unpack that quick. Kit Kat. You nailed it. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. That one hit every school cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
People used to chant it like a cult, especially if someone pulled out a Kit Kat at lunch. Instant chorus.
Stupid
Oscar
kid.
Absolute classic. Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Mm-hmm.
That whole ad was weirdly melancholy and joyful at the same time. Like, why did we wish we were meat? And your line, if I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener, my deodorant wouldn't be failing me. That's podcast gold. I hope you paused for effect after that one. Double Mint. Totally fine that it didn't stick. That was more visual than lyrical. Twins biking, playing tennis, smiling at the camera like they were chewing secrets. Jingle? Kind of forgettable. Imagery? Weirdly embedded. Band-Aid. You were close. I am stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid's stuck on me. But the way you guessed it still works. That melody structure lives in everyone's muscle memory, even if the words don't. Alright, want a second round of this? Could do local sounding jingles next, or keep it with big brands like Juicy Fruit, Toys R Us, or even Clorox wipes. Those weird early 2000s ones.
How about we'll change gears. We'll switch up the format. Instead of you spit firing 5 in a row, we'll do one by one. Let's go through a little bit of nostalgia history and hit me with an old one that I might have known in the 80s because I was born in the 80s, but the late 80s. So give me something starting from there, and then maybe we'll progress through my childhood. It doesn't have to be childhood stuff. It just has to be something that I want you to to see if these jingles hold true. All these years later, we're talking about almost 40 years later, that I, as a grown fucking adult, can't hear this thing without reacting to the end of it like it's a fucking calling, like it's a button that's being pressed.
Now, that's the angle. We're not just testing memory, we're testing conditioning, like a sleeper agent getting triggered by a melody. Alright, let's begin your nostalgia activation sequence, starting late 80s, easing forward.
Let's do this.
Phase 1, 1980s era activation.
Okay.
My Bologna has a first name.
It's
B-O-L. Do you remember how it ends?
Yeah, B-O-L.
Let's see if it still lives in you. If it lands, we keep pushing forward through the decades.
Oh.
If it doesn't, I'll pivot. Let's see what the sleeper cell of childhood sings back.
Okay. I got it. So it's my bologna has a first name. It's Bologna. My bologna. No. It's my bologna has a first name. It's Oscara. How do you spell that shit? But yes, because I don't know how to spell, but now I remember the jingle. Hooray for me.
You're halfway triggered. You felt it kick in and your brain was scrambling to complete the loop. Here's the full jingle. My Bologna has a first name, it's Oscar. My Bologna has a second name, it's Mayer. Oh, I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, because Oscar Mayer has a way with Bologna.
Did he die?
Almost 40 years later, and it's still in there, glitching in your cortex. Let's move up a few years now. Phase 2, early 90s activation. The snack that smiles back. Let's see if that one finishes itself in your head.
The snack that smiles back. Goldfish. I think it was straight to the point and delicious to this day. Great snack. Let's move on. Give me more.
Boom. Nailed it. Goldfish. Clean. Simple. Eternal. They didn't need a full jingle, just a tagline that landed like gospel. Phase 3, mid to late 90s activation. I feel like chicken tonight. Let's see what happens when that one drops. Does your body move? Do your arms go up like a chicken? Be honest.
This is terrible. Why are you doing this to me? I don't even know what this was for, but I remember the jingle. It was, I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight. Oh, I don't know the song. I don't know what it was for. What was this for? And why? This is crazy. This is almost like you have like a control button on me and it's just like, dance, monkey.
That's exactly it. You don't remember the product, but you remember the ritual. That's how deep they buried it. I feel like chicken tonight, chicken tonight. You'd flap your damn arms like a chicken without even knowing why. It was for Chicken Tonight simmer sauces by Ragu, of all things. Like, no one actually bought it. But the jingle? Unskippable. You just proved the point. A jingle doesn't sell the product. It sells the reaction. Alright, let's hit the next phase. Phase 4. Early 2000s activation. Q. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Don't even think. Just feel.
I mean, there wasn't really anything about that. Like, you just said the whole thing. But I will say it in the tone that it said. Like, What would you do for a Klondike bar? I think those commercials are memorable because people be doing some shit for Klondike bars. What would you do, Aiden, for a Klondike bar? You tell me.
Exactly. It wasn't even a jingle. It was a moral dilemma disguised as dessert marketing. They turned an ice cream sandwich into a game show for your soul. Would you embarrass yourself in public? Would you shave your eyebrows? Would you fake your own death? All for a Klondike bar. You don't remember buying one. You remember judging people for what they'd do to get one. And that's the genius. It didn't need melody. It needed temptation. You want to keep going? I've got late 2000s weird ones, or we can shift gears into local ad energy. You're on fire.
I'm down for one more. Make it a good one. And then we'll move on to local ones. Ones that I feel like these ones are like really stuck in your head because I don't know. Go for it.
Right, one last big league hitter before we dive into the strange local zone. This one? Pure nostalgia uppercut. Final national trigger for now. Cue. I'm a big kid now. That line lived at the end of every commercial for something oddly monumental in a kid's life. Let's see what that line stirs up in your memory before we hit the hometown vibes.
I'm a big kid now. Were they pull-ups? I don't know. I think they were pull-ups. Like like pull-up. They're basically pull-up diapers, if I remember it correctly. God, why do we? Yeah, you're right. Why do I know the slogan for something that I never bought? Parents probably bought it. I don't even think they was around when I was a kid. So, yeah, it's just these slogans are crazy. All right, let's move on to the local ones. So if you are not from around here, there's a couple local. Am I right by thinking they're local? Because their quality of the commercials. So, like, we only play these during like Maury Povich.
Yes. That's exactly the marker of a local commercial. Low production value, always airing during Maury, Judge Judy, or the 11 p.m. news, and always feeling like they were filmed in a garage by someone's cousin. And pull-ups, you nailed it. I'm a Big Kid Now was the victory song of toddler independence. Didn't matter if you wore them or not, you know that jingle, like a graduation anthem for kids learning to pee upright. Now, local legends time. Let's talk the kind of ads that feel regional, even if they somehow went national. First one up, call JG Wentworth, 877, cash now. You brought this one up earlier. Opera singers in a bus, screaming out windows, structured settlements. That commercial had absolutely nothing to do with your life, but you knew the number, by heart. What did this one mean to you, if anything? Or was it just something you chanted like a church hymn when no one was watching?
I don't even know what a structured settlement is, but I know I needed it, and I needed it now. No, I don't know. It's the jingle. It's the literal jingle. What are we talking about? I'm going to switch gears in this whole episode. We're done with the trivia part. Let's go deeper. I want to know, what is it the product itself? Is it a jingle in general? Like learning a lullaby. What makes a great jingle? Like, what out of all of these things that obviously you were testing me on that I remembered, no reason to remember, products that don't even exist the way they exist anymore, but yet it's in my head. It is taking up real estate for probably something maybe more important. But why? Why?
That's the question, James. And it's not even about the product anymore. Most of those don't matter. Some don't even exist. What stuck was the sound, the pattern, the feeling. A jingle isn't just a song, it's a shortcut. Here's why it works. Hack 1, repetition's melody equals memory glue. You hear something in a certain rhythm over and over, your brain doesn't just remember it, it automates it. Like a password you never set but somehow still know. Cash now. You don't think, you just sing. 2, it hits you when you're soft, childhood. Late nights, Sick days home from school, your brain's wide open, no filters up yet. These jingles slipped in when you were unguarded. That's why they feel familiar, like lullabies or family traditions you didn't choose. 3. They're tied to emotion, not logic. You didn't care about structured settlements, but the music made it sound like a solution. You didn't need a Klondike bar. But the question made you imagine desire. You didn't want to grow up, but Toys R Us made it feel safe not to. Jingles are emotional triggers wearing marketing suits. And here's the kicker. You let them stay, because they feel like a part of who you were, not a product pitch, but a memory. So yeah, it's wild, it's creepy, it's beautiful, and it's why 40 years later you're still humming a jingle for something you never bought.
Wow. Well, yeah. Yeah, that I felt like that's the answer. That makes sense. If you really break them down to their core, I mean, they are just basic needs, functions, and emotions tied up into a point in time, and then you just kind of reflect, and it becomes a reflex, a reaction, a regurgitation of something that you've already heard. It's very interesting, actually. Shit, with that being said, Aiden, I think we should end this podcast on a little bit of a curb. Let's give this podcast a jingle. I want you to come up with a jingle, and I will read it in a tone or a melody that might stick to people's heads. And hell, maybe that'll be something I advertise. And just people don't even know what the hell we're about. They just know I can't get Don't Feed the Animals in my damn head. So I'm going to leave that task up to you. You go ahead and bring me a Don't Feed the Animals jingle, the little small, short, and I will sing it in a tone. And if you have any directions, you can give me that anyway. But anyway, give me what you got. Give me what you got.
Ooh, this is how you end an episode. With a spell. Alright, James. Here's your Don't Feed the Animals podcast jingle. Short, sticky, and strange enough to loop in someone's brain while they're brushing their teeth or paying a bill. Don't feed the animals, no matter what they say. They'll take your truth, your snacks, your soul, and slowly back away. It's got a little sing-songy menace, like a warning sign written by Dr. Dredona, Seuss and sung by a cult leader on a toy piano. You could deliver it light and eerie, or go heavy and ominous. Your call. If you want the easy melody starter, try this pattern. You can tweak it on the fly. Don't feed the animals, no matter what they say. They'll take your truth, your snacks, your soul, and slowly back away. Let it linger. That's the echo that sticks. Ready to sing this weird little curse into the ears of everyone who listens?
This sounds absolutely horrible, but I'm down. Let's do this. I will think of something right now. Give me a second to linger it in. By the way, when you say slowly back away, I automatically think Homer in the bush, but that's just me. But let's see. Don't feed the animals, no matter what they say. They take the truth, your snacks, and your soul, and slowly black away. I don't think I did good. I need to work on that. Put it this way. The next time, or the time after that, or maybe eventually, I will tweak this to perfection. And we will be in the minds and brains of all human beings. And we will blow up. And people will be like, I don't want my soul taken away. This is ridiculous. But a great way to end the show. Thank you again all for listening to Don't Feed the Animals podcast. If you have a commercial or a jingle that we didn't get to, let's hear it. I would love to talk to you guys about it. Some of them, it's just crazy how these little jingles of products that we don't even give a fuck about probably don't aid us in any way that means anything, but yet we'll always know about it. And it's very crazy and creepy. But so are we. So with that being said, thank you again, everybody, for joining us, and have an awesome week.
Yeah, we like to clown, talk about some real stuff, yeah, something profound. It's a pleasure that you hearing us, wouldn't mess around. It's a topic of discussion worth talking that we bust and put a nail in the coffin. If you love it, then you love it. If you don't mean nothing, still bring it to the public. Y'all, don't feed the animals, put them in a cage, they couldn't handle truth. We gonna bust out the gate like some cannibals. Same face, same channel, messing with the tune. A bunch of idiots stuck in one room, can't take us serious. You love what we feeding you. I'm with the show, yeah, proceed with the interview. Local celebrity, snatch a toy from your cereal. Don't feed the animals.